Coming up, the 8th annual Black History Month Film Festival is a couple of days away. Joining me today over at the Grandin Theatre Foundation, Ian Fortier, and the writer, director of a film premiering at the festival, Hope of Escape, Amy Gerber-Stroh. What's going on, guys? Thanks for coming.
Glad to be here.
Yeah?
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thank you for coming on the show and telling us a little bit about what all is going on. So I guess before we get into the film, Ian, tell us a little bit about what the festival is and what you got for the lineup this year.
Yeah, we're in our 8th year. This has got to be, by now, one of the longest celebrations of black culture through film that we have, at least in the region. So it is the 8th annual Grandin Theatre Black History Film Festival. We do one a week usually, and almost the entire series is underwritten and for free to the public, except Amy's film, which we'll talk about in a little bit.
Yep.
We're kicking it off the first week in February next week. We're going to kick it off on the 6th, I think, with the 35th anniversary of Do the Right Thing. So huge film,
Yep.
Spike Lee, massive cast. I mean, Giancarlo Esposito and Ozzie Davis and a young Martin Lawrence, a young Rosie Perez, a hugely important film. Then we're going to touch Shaft on February 10th as part of the classic film series that we're going to cross over with Black History Month. And then we actually do Mahogany, which is a Diana Ross film with Billy D. Williams.
Billy D?
Yeah, Billy D. And that,
Classic.
yeah, and that's on the 13th. And then on the 20th, we're going to end with One Night in Miami, which is, I think, a really powerful film that puts Muhammad Ali and Sam Cooke and Malcolm X all in the same place in one night. And that's sort of a recreation of how those conversations would go.
Powerful night.
Powerful night,
And-
One Night in Miami on the 20th.
If you're wondering, like, well, hold on a minute, 7, you skipped a week. Yes, we did, because on the 15th,
That's right.
that is when we have Hope of Escape.
Yes.
So, Amy, kind of tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind that movie and what it is and how it came to be.
Yeah, I was inspired to really dig into my own family. My great-great-grandparents were really these two people in my family that were able to escape slavery in the South before the Civil War. So I dug into sort of my family, but I also wanted to tell a story about enslaved people, different stories. We've seen a lot of slavery-type films, but this is different because, they are real people that they're not monolithic. They actually were able to read and write and use a lot of skills and connections with family in order to escape and get their freedom.
How long have you been working on it?
Oh gosh, about 3 years now, and it's amazing. I'm so thrilled to have the Virginia premiere of the film at the Grandin Theatre, and we're just very excited because we shot a lot of the film right here in Roanoke, so there's a lot of great places.
And I think for anybody that's new to Roanoke or maybe lifelong Roanokers, I feel like we're starting to see Hollywood really take notice of what we have to offer here in the Roanoke Valley, because there are so many different types of scenery that you can put to film. And I'm sure that helped out with you as well, trying to pick these locations.
Goodness. Yeah, like Virginia Transportation Museum, Hotel Roanoke, even the Grandin Barbershop, right next to the...
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So we
Great place to get a haircut, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. And so many talented people were in the film and behind the scenes. So this is really a great way to say thank you.
And it's what we like to do too. I mean, we're an independent theater. We're the last great community independent theater, especially in the film regards that the region has. So finding local filmmakers who are making films using local residents and shooting in local areas to premiere that at your local theater is what we want to do. And so, and this one is the only film out of Black History Month that is actually a ticketed admission fee. So there will be a general admission, but there's also student prices, senior prices as well. The rest of Black History Month program is all free and underwritten. But this particular one, Hope of Escape, is Amy wanted to set it up so it's a fundraiser for the Grandin Theatre. So all tickets sold for Hope of Escape will benefit the theater. And she's basically giving us her film for a night for us to premiere and put on the big screen and to generate some revenue to help support us as a nonprofit. So and really kind of like a throwback of what
it was back in the day. You know, keeping everything local, shooting
That's
it,
right.
using local talent and everything. So I applaud you for that and keeping it right here.
Thank you. Well, it's so wonderful to shoot here, and I really encourage other film crews to come to Roanoke and shoot because it's so supportive.
And we'll definitely we'll air it here at 7 at 4. We'll talk about it and put it over at the Grand, and what we call it, the anchor of the Grandin Village.
The economic, the cultural, and historic anchor of the historic Grandin Village.
There you go, Ian, Amy. Thank you guys so much for coming on.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and so we'll put all the information up on WDBJ7.com as well when you can get out there, check these out, get your tickets because you know they're going to go fast.